I got into the UFO game back in spring 2019. So that would be, around 18 months after this big bombshell story started and the snowball started down the hill. And I mean, honestly, how the basement office came about was a random, like, statistician, an analytics person came up to the video team and they said, hey, like, this UFO story, people are searching for UFO stuff. Like, maybe you should do something in video about UFOs ongoing. So they came to me and they said, pitch us an idea. And I didn't want to do like a History Channel show where it was like all these recreations and like gravitas narration. My thought was just two dudes sitting at a desk talking about facts and evidence about UFOs. That was it. And when it came to me, up until that point, I was just a spectator. I was just a spectator to the New York Times article. And I hadn't dug into any of this. I just took it at face value that what everyone in the media was saying, at least the basics, were true. I was asked, for our show, we should get our own Pentagon statement. So rather than saying CNN reported the Pentagon said, or the Times reported the Pentagon said, let's be able to say the Pentagon told us. So I was like, yeah, okay, great. Reached out to the Pentagon, and then bam, I get two bombshells in the same email. I didn't think I was going to get anything new at that point. It's 18 months into this story. I'm just like, la-di-da, like, hey, Pentagon, just want a statement or about ATIP and Elizondo, thanks. And then they write back saying, ATIP did investigate UAP and Elizondo had no responsibilities with ATIP. And so just right off the bat, it was a very like head shaking moment where how is it possible? How is it possible that 18 months into this, some random dude in the basement of the New York Post sends off a generic email and gets two bombshells? Why didn't anyone else ask about this? We first reached out to Elizondo. I didn't. We had like a talent outreach person at the Post.
Okay.
Whose talent was finding talent, getting to their representatives, getting them on the phone. And she said that she got Elizondo on the phone and he was talkative and happy to talk. And hell yeah, let's do this. I'll do an interview with you guys. Woo! And then that got shut down like overnight. The PR firm handling TTSA, or at least the History Channel show, was a big PR firm. They emailed me and they're just like, we understand you want to talk to Elizondo. What about? And like from there, it was just me and the PR firm. And, I had this girl call Elizondo back and it was like not happening. And this PR firm was like, what do you want to know? And I was like, well, I just got this statement from the Pentagon that says Elizondo had nothing to do with ATIP. And they replied, he'll talk to you off record about that. And I was like, well, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in off record. I want a response, and I would like it from him. And they were like, nope, that's not going to happen. And then they copied and pasted Carrie DeLong's statement about, he started in 2010 and ATIP and all that stuff. And I was like, that's great. But the Pentagon is saying the opposite of that. Like, can I get better? And then they got like angry with me. This PR firm, they're like, what's your angle here? It doesn't sound like they got really defensive. And then when it became apparent I wasn't getting anything else,